request from my daughter for some brownies with nuts. So I'm gonna make my ultimate pecan brownies. And so I'm gonna show you all of your ingredients. Of course, I'll have them all listed below. And if you're watching this as a short, guess what? They're on my channel. Go check it out. Plus, give me a thumbs up. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started.
Okay, I have help in the kitchen today. This is my little baby, and she is kind of showing you guys how we're going to slam down the pan later to make these brownies. So anyway, this is just my little help in the kitchen. Anyways, now let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so in my pan, I want to grease the pan first. So I'm taking some butter and I'm spreading it on the inside of the pan. And then I have some parchment paper, and then I'm going to take and I'm going to make it 2 layers that'll make it easier for me to pull it out of the pan later once it cools down a little bit. And then I'm going to butter this side of the parchment paper, and then I'm going to add in the other piece on top going the opposite direction, and I'm going to butter it, and I'm going to set the pan aside. Now you guys, I'm telling you, these brownies are so good. If you have a nut allergy, then of course you omit the pecans. It's just something extra that I just added in for her. And if you don't want to use pecans, you can always use walnuts. You know, whatever nut preference you like, if you want to put them in. This recipe is very awesome, and you can substitute and add in a little bit of this or a little bit of that. I'm telling you, this is a go-to recipe that you're going to be using from this day forward. Okay, so now I'm going to set the pan aside. And so now you have my chocolate. So I'm using a 70% cocoa powder, and then I got a milk chocolate. It's up to you on which chocolate you want to use. If you want to do 2 dark chocolate bars, you can. If you want to use 2 milk chocolate bars, you can. Whatever preference you want, you just need 8 ounces of chocolate. Now what I'm going to do after I cut this up, I'm going to put it in a bowl. I'm going to add in my butter, and I'm going to stick it in the microwave, and I'm going to melt this down. If you don't want to use a microwave, you can always melt your butter on top of the stove, and then you can take your whisk and whisk it all together, which is what I'm going to do. Once it comes out of the microwave, I will whisk it, and I'm going to set it aside. And you see my little person stealing chocolate? Oh my goodness. And after she ate that chocolate, she was running around. Okay, so that's why you don't want to give them chocolate when they're that little. Anyways, so as I said, I'm putting the chocolate in a bowl, and I'm going to add in the butter. So the next step is we're going to go ahead and start making this wonderful batter. So in my mixing bowl, I have the sugars. I have the dark brown sugar, I have the white sugar, and now I've added in some vanilla bean paste, and I'm going to just stir to combine this a little bit. And next I'm going to add in eggs. I'm only going to add in maybe 1 egg, and then I'll add in a second egg just so that it can get incorporated a little bit, and then I'm going to add all the eggs. I'm going to let this whip for 10 minutes. I want it to get frothy. That is what makes this brownie recipe spectacular and gives it more height without having to put in a leveling agent like baking soda or baking powder to not really baking soda, but baking powder to make it rise. So anyways, so here we go. This is how it is 10 minutes later. Look how frothy it has been from it beating to this level. So the chocolate is what I'm going to add in next. I'm going to add in all of that lovely chocolate, and then I'm going to let that whip together. So you'll see me add that in now. So you guys, if you have not given me a thumbs up, please do so. You know, it's a lot of work putting in these videos, and it doesn't cost you a single penny just to hit that button for me. I would truly appreciate it. So anyway, here goes the chocolate. I'm putting all of that wonderful melted ganache chocolate into this brownie batter. We are starting this batter, you guys. I'm like yum, look at this. And we're not done with chocolate either, because I got a little bit more chocolate that's gonna go in next. So I'm just gonna whip this together a little bit, and then I'm gonna take it off out of the mixer, and it'll be a nice chocolate brown, which would be the next thing that I'll show you. So here we go. See how chocolate it is? So now I'm putting in my, I'm whisking in or sifting in, you can say, the flour and another half a cup of cocoa powder. And so I'm whisking all of that in, and as you can see where you get the lumps, that you just get a spoon and you press that all out. Oh, well, that spoon isn't gonna work. Okay, let me do a bigger spoon. Alrighty, there you go. That works much, much better. So anyway, you just press that in and just keep going and until it's all into the pan. And then we want to fold. Oh, I added in my nuts. And then we want to fold this to combine. We don't want to like beat it because we put a lot of work in to get that get it to that level by us letting that whisk for like 10 minutes. So we don't want to lose all of that air that we have put into the batter and those eggs. So we just want to fold to incorporate. And then next, we're going to put this into our baking pan. We're gonna bake this at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. Now that's not all of the baking we're gonna do. It's actually gonna be a total of 45 minutes, but we're gonna bake for 20 minutes the first round. And so after we get this in, we're gonna put it in the oven. Once it comes out of the oven, you remember earlier where my granddaughter was showing you her slapping the pan down onto the countertop? So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to kind of slam it down on the countertop, and it's gonna help form like a little crusty layer on the top of these brownies, which makes them even more yummy. Okay, so off to the oven it goes. You guys, well, that's me settling it, but that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna slam it like that when it comes out of the oven, but we're gonna bake it first. So anyways, off to the oven it goes. Okay, now it's out of the oven, and now we're gonna slam it like I was saying. And next I'm gonna add some flaky salt. I'm gonna put it back in the oven, and I'm gonna let it bake for another 25 minutes. And you guys did not have to wait at all. Here are the brownies. I want to thank you for watching. And as always, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Don't forget to click thumbs up and subscribe so that you can get all of my new videos. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.